Hello everyone, welcome to, I guess, which is the first not live stream on NJB Live. So it looks like Google has a bunch of hidden requirements for mobile live streaming. I hit the 1,000 subscribers, I got a verified account, and Google says that I can live stream now, but I can't mobile live stream. So they seem to make a distinction between live streaming and mobile live streaming. Unfortunately, I have no idea what I need to do to be able to enable mobile live stream. The best the Google help can provide me is that you may have to wait some time before mobile live streaming can be enabled. No idea if there's some other hidden requirement. I'm assuming that Google's got something about like minimum watch hours or some other nonsense thing. I'm just turning right here. Oops. And they won't enable mobile live stream on an account that has nothing on it. So here we are. I'm going to put something on it. This. And maybe some other ones. I don't know how long I have to do non-live live streaming. Anyway, it gives me an opportunity to test out the equipment that I picked up to see if this microphone can actually hear my voice over the wind, and to see if this makes any sense whatsoever. So, anyway, without further ado, I am cycling down Beethovenstraat, or as I would say when I first moved here, Beethovenstraat. It's 1930s era street with a crappy painted bike lane, but it's actually really nice little high street. So I'm on my way down here to the mall. That's right, I have to go to the mall. This is really exciting content you're tuned into here. I'm going to be cycling pretty much straight down Beethovenstraat until I get to Gelderlandplein Mall. And that's it, really. So it's pretty much just a Beethovenstraat video here. But it's interesting, I think, to see how this street changes. It's been through lots of redesigns. So you can see now here we're on this separate fietspad. And you've got the tram tracks in the middle of the street. And as we come up here, we're going to get to an area that was just redesigned just a few months ago. Oh, yeah, let's not get hit by a truck. All right. Yeah, and he's not actually backing up. He was just letting that guy out. Okay. On we go. We're coming up the new part here. So this channel ideally is going to have live streams on it. I really wanted to do those live streams at night because that's when most of my audience is online. Here's the new section that was just redesigned. Classic design. Look at this. I'm actually going to stop for a second. Classic design of this junction. You can see how it's set back from the road, and that's specifically so that a car turning right has space over here on the left before the fietspad to stop for any people on bicycles. That's how you avoid right hooks. And this is nice. Anyway, as I was saying, so I wanted to do this channel and stream at night, but I didn't really think this through because it's dark. We just had daylight savings time last night. It's cold, it's rainy. And so the time when most of the people who would care the most about seeing this stuff, the people in, say, North America, aren't going to be awake if I'm streaming during the day. So whatever. Anyway, so you can see they've widened the feed spot here. This is nice. This sort of bump out here of the to let a car stop is even bigger here. And that's the end of the little section that was redesigned just recently. The rest of this has been like this for years, but it was repaved recently. So anyway, we're gonna go up. There's lots of exciting stuff down there, but I'll talk about that in more detail in a future video. So we're coming close to Zuidas here. It's actually over on our right, but we're gonna go past it. This is where you get all of the modern buildings and the closest thing Amsterdam has to skyscrapers. Which I love this because anybody that doesn't know Amsterdam or has only been here as a tourist would have no idea that there's like this whole modern city down here. So I like to take visitors to this area. And this starts as soon as we've hit the ring here, which is we're going under, this starts the area that the snorfiets and scooters are allowed to use the bike path again. For better or for worse. Mostly for worse. So you can see we're on a two-way feed spot. Nice and wide. Oh, a little bumpy. In general, the city's trying to get rid of these tile-based bicycle paths because they get kind of bumpy. And you can see some modern office buildings here to the right. And this is not really the best way to take because I keep hitting red lights. So this is a red light. Come on, man. So interesting here. The pedestrians got their light first because they were able to cross the first section. You notice the second section was still red. Of course, the bicycle light was red the whole time because for bicycles, it needs to be free through the entire intersection. But there, I guess, cars could still turn right. And so the pedestrians were able to cross halfway and get a head start. There's been a lot of talk about doing those two-section crossings like that in Toronto. What's interesting is that they've actually been, the people who shot it down were the pedestrian advocates because they believe that they would be set up in such a way that pedestrians would end up stuck in that center island all the time and it would just take longer to cross, which admittedly in car-centric place that's probably exactly how they'd program them. But here it lets them do much more advanced configurations like letting the last few cars turn right while pedestrians are allowed to cross halfway and get a head start. And unless you do that, unless you do those two-phase crossings, you're actually quite limited on what you can do as a traffic engineer to improve the traffic light situation. There's actually a guy, a Canadian guy, living in the Netherlands, has a YouTube channel, Reaper Express, that's worth checking out if you want details. He's literally studying this stuff in here in the Netherlands as a traffic engineer. And he has all sorts of videos about the very gory details of how the traffic lights here work. And here we are. I mean, that was pretty speedy. Here we are at the mall. Let's go to the mall. My famous Canadian singer, Robin Sparkles. This is Gelderlandplein Mall. It's relatively suburban for Amsterdam. I'll take you just on a quick route here to see some of the cycle paths. This is one of the first tweets I put up on Twitter after moving here, because I was like, what the hell is this? It's before the rest of those piece pad had been improved. I'm like, this is awesome. How is it that the suburban bike lanes are better than the ones in the city? But of course they are. They have more room out here. Come on, Mr. Vero. But that's it. I'm at the mall. So that ends this very short, not live stream. Thanks for tuning in. Maybe next time I can do something longer and more interesting and actually talk to people, you know. Goodbye.